Anyone heard about this Jada and Will Smith thing? Yeah? What's your opinion? What's your opinion, Jada? What's your take on the whole Jada?
I mean, I feel bad for Will Smith.
You feel bad for him? Why do you feel bad for Will Smith?
I don't know, because he knows Jada, I don't know.
Is there anyone else that just thinks that feels bad for Will? Anyone here? You feel bad for Will? Is there anyone that feels, well, he kind of deserves it? Anyone feels like that? A little bit? Why do you think Will deserves it?
He punched that man in the face.
Oh yeah, he didn't punch him in the face, slaps him. Okay. I just think it just shows that marriage is hard, isn't it? Especially if you're married to a crazy person, you know?
Go a little bit less based, am I right? And I think London's a cool city, right? Are you from London?
No.
You live, how long have you lived here?
3 years.
3 years? That's a decent amount of time. You've taken the underground, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Taking the underground.
Oh, you don't need to be snarky at me. We're all doing comedy here. Anyway, I feel like it's a really cool city, right? And the way I know it's a cool city is that a lot of the time the people asking you for money on the train are better dressed than you are. Especially maybe over here. Like the other day, there was this like mixed race guy with like Morgan Freeman freckles, afro, like really cool jacket, purple pants with a scorpion on them, tucked into his Nike socks, in his Adidas shoes. Like he looked dope. He genuinely looked dope, right? And it was a weird thing to have someone better looking than you doing like the blue, you know, the blue steel look from Zoolander, like asking you for money. It was crazy because it's like the point of you being homeless is that I'm better than you, and you're making me feel inadequate, and that's not how it should be. That's not how the dynamic works.
Like the best way to describe my nan is, my nan's never voted in her life, never voted left, never voted right. But we always, for like 6 years, she used to hand out the Conservative leaflets to each door. Not because she voted, just because she got asked to do it once and just done it anyway.
I think I've probably only been drunk like twice in my whole life. I've been high quite a few times. And the funny thing about me when I'm high or drunk is there's always someone around that I don't want them to know that I'm high. So I always try to act normal when I'm high, which makes me seem more high. You know how I just, okay, act normal. Doesn't quite work.
Anyway, what was I going to talk about tonight? I don't have anything particularly prepared, but that's okay because this is not an audience of important people. What I'll do is I'll think of something, talk about it, perfect it, and then in weeks to come I'll go and perform it to better people. And hopefully some of you might be there. I don't care either way. No, I was thinking I've got a baby on the way at the moment. Yeah, woo woo, and everyone says that like pregnant women are like glowing. It's not actually true. Pregnant women are cunts. My wife is turning into a literal demon. When she first started out, when she found out she was pregnant, she said, I'm not going to be one of these pregnant women who acts like it's an illness. 20 weeks later, I'm living with a fucking elephant man. I swear to God, every single twinge, rumble, ache, we have to go to the hospital in order for some guy to tell my missus exactly what I told her 3 hours before. Don't worry, it's fine. But you've all got this, come who's got kids.
I can say this now because he's a lot better now. The first time I met Heath on stage, he was terrible. I was like, you know when someone is so bad and they come up to you and they say, oh, how did I do? You're like, and you can't even like say words. I was like,
Oh mate, I had some old girl the other day, she was moaning about the patient next door having more cornflakes than her. Yeah, turns out she was a serial complainer. Is that a laugh?
Last year, my girlfriend decided that she wanted to have a baby. Now, I didn't want to have a baby, so we came to a little compromise, and we've had a baby.
congrats.
Yeah. But the compromise was that I got to name it. Yeah. So last month we were very pleased to welcome to the world baby Brexit. Well, it's the perfect name because though only half the people involved actually wanted it, it still went ahead. And it's fucked us financially.
The dad doesn't like me because I'm not Nigerian, and I can sort of relate to that one, you know, because like they're from the Igbo tribe in the southeastern Nigeria. It's thousands of years, just pure Igbo DNA, you know. And my DNA is a mess. I'm a bit English, I'm a bit Welsh, I've got asthma.
So I did 3 tubs of acid, I ran around the neighborhood for a bit, I ended up in some old man's house. Yeah, you would think I would get raped in this situation, but something even worse happened. I had to drink tea and talk about religion with this guy for 3 hours straight.
I'm also single, or as Emma Watson likes to say, self-coupled. Dating yourself does have some benefits. Very in sync with we're very in sync with my emotions, we like the same things, we both really want to have a threesome. But the longer it went on, the more toxic it became. They always leave the dishes for me. They always point out the flaws in my own personality. And call me paranoid, but I think they're reading my messages.
Man, pronoun. Yeah, I ain't really with that pronoun shit. You know, like half these fucking forums, they be like, what's your pronoun? And it's kind of like, if you see me, can you not tell?
But no, I was excited to perform here today. Then I found out that there's mainly working class people in here, so gross. No.
I've got more pastry jokes, but I want to keep them short. I could do more. Some of you seem to hate it, at least you're not being sourdough. I used to work in a Chinese restaurant until I knocked over a whole tray of dim sum, and then I got banned for wanton violence.